You have downloaded the zip file for Lab 1 onto the desktop. Now you can follow along with the document to complete the rest of the task. So the first thing you're going to do is open up this zip file and take the materials folder outside of it. So understand that this is a compressed file. On my desktop, it shows up with a little Z. In the lab, you have a little belt around the folder indicating that it's a compressed folder. So you want to open this up and take the folder and drag it outside onto the desktop. Once you have it on the desktop, now you can work with this folder. Inside of these lab folders, I will generally put the write-up and the lab folder that I want you to submit. You can take this lab folder out and put it on the desktop. It is not necessary, but you can. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and take it out and put it on the desktop. Once you put it on the desktop, you can then go on with the next steps. Remember, this file will not edit when it's inside the zip folder, but it will work when it's inside the materials folder that you have just taken out of the zip folder. I put this on the desktop. I'm now ready to do C, where it says change the class code on here. I will always prefix these with pound signs, and in subsequent labs you'll be working with a partner. In this lab you can do this on your own, so you will just simply enter your class code. So I'm going to put in a fake class code there, but if you were working with a partner, you can put in your partner's class code and your class code. All right, if you're working with a partner today, it's okay if you want to put both codes on there, that's fine. But I need each student to turn in one project. So I'm going to leave this as my class code. Once I change the class code here, I'm going to open this up and follow letter D. Letter D says to take each one of these files and also put your class code on it. So I'm going to put my class code here, and I'm going to alter this one and put my class code here. Now that I have my class code changed in both of these files, I'm now ready to start PyScripter. So to start PyScripter, I can simply go to the search and type in Py, and it will show me PyScripter. I'm going to start this, and if I had a previous program open, that program will be the default program that shows up here. I'm simply going to close that program now because I don't need it. Once I close that program, I'm going to go to step 2 here that says go to File, Open. Under File, Open, I'm going to select the desktop, find my lab folder that I just renamed with my class code, open it up, and then I'm going to open up my lab. Now, when I open up the lab, I see that it has some information in it already. One thing I'm going to want to do is change the class time to whatever my class time is. And secondly, I want to also add my name and my class code. Again, if I'm working with a partner, I will add my partner's name and class code also. At this point, I'm now ready to go to the next page of the document and start typing in the actual code. So you'll notice on that next page that the what we call comment section is already completed for you, other than the information you had to put in. And now we're going to start typing the rest of the code. Through the magic of television, I have typed in all of the code. Now that I've typed in all the code, I'm pretty sure I didn't make any mistakes, but to check to see if I made any mistakes, I'm going to go to number 7, where I can pull down on the Run menu and go to Syntax Check. Now, because I didn't type in any errors here, I don't get anything for the syntax check. But let's say I forget a quotation mark or something like that. If I do the syntax check now, it's going to stop me on that statement and tell me there's something wrong. What I need to do is look at the document, the hard copy, carefully and make sure that I've typed in everything exactly as it is. Once I do a syntax check and I don't get any errors, I am now ready to run the program. So to run the program, I have several options. I can pull down on the Run menu and choose Run. I can also hold down the Control key and the F9 function key. Or lastly, I can simply click on this button here. That is the Run button. It looks like a play button. I will do that. I click on the button. The program is now running. I want to now put in my class code and my name and hit OK or click Enter. I'm going to put in my hours as specified on the sheet, and then I'm going to put in the rate or the wage as specified on the sheet. Once I'm done with that, I see that I have output down here in this area. All the information that I just typed in was calculated using these statements here. If there's a problem with you seeing all of the output, let's say it looks like this, you can simply drag right here where these consecutive dots are, you can drag that window up large enough to see your output. This is important that you can see all of your output. I want you to then use the snippet tool to snip your output and put it in a file so I can view it. So how do you use the snippet tool? I can down here search for snip, and I see the snipping tool right here. I'm going to pull up that snipping tool and click on New, and I simply want to take my crosshair now and draw a box around the output of this program. When I do that, it makes a copy of it, and I can take that copy and paste it into a document. So the next thing I want to do is go back to the desktop, open up my lab folder, open up snip output, and paste my output into that file. Once I do that, I can save the file and close it. Once I close it, I can close that folder, and now I should go and exit the program. So I know it's saved already. I don't see the save icon there or the disk icon. If again I make one little correction, that disk icon comes back, I know I need to save it. So once I save it, I can close the entire program, and now I'm ready to zip up this file and submit it on Canvas. So to zip it up, I'm going to right click on it, go to Send to, Compress Zip Folder, and there it is right there with my class code as the prefix. Don't confuse it with this one. It should be the one with your class code in Lab 1. This is the zip file that I will submit to Canvas.